I'm going to get myself out of the way and I get to introduce our man of the hour over here. This man is one of our great speakers in this arena, and it's always just he's a gem. I look at him as that gem. He really gives us so many different things, shows us how to do some things on here, which is just really great. On just basically like showing you how easy some of these things can be as we go out and about during our day. I had someone come on here. It was his first time, and he met every speaker. And the one thing he said, he's like, I said, "What do you think about Mr. Sam Foster?" And the one word he said was energy. I was like, just that. And you felt that through the Zoom. So just imagine in person, right? And I told him, I said he was mild tempered that day. So I was like, so you really didn't catch a lot, but that you caught that. He comes from the Lone Star State, Texas, which is where the Emerge is going to be next week, right? It's going to be there, right? Yeah. So he comes from that state there, big Texas, and they're doing some awesome things in that city as Mr. Thomas, and all expands there. And I like this. I like calling him this, Mr. Backbone and Posture. You have to go see that video on Destiny International if you don't know what I mean by that, Mr. Backbone and Posture. And I'm just really grateful for him as he goes to these different venues and just shows us exactly how to do this. I call it summer camp. This is what I'm looking at. So thank you so much. If you guys can put your hands for Mr. Sam Foster.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you for that warm introduction, Mr. Harrison Mills, my brother from another mother. Louisa Payan, I see you, my brother, all the way from Japan. I am here, and I'm ready to go. All right, and Mr. Thomas, in his absence, guys, let's give it right back to Mr. Thomas. Absolutely. And like I always say, guys, I'm a student from Al Thomas University. That's right. That's right. ATU. Yes, yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. All right, guys. I was flipping. I was going back and forth. I was going to be on location. Then all of a sudden, my plans changed. I had a Vivid install. It was me. I was upgrading. So I kind of had to stay around to give this window that you have to abide by. So, Mr. Gregory Williamson, I was not on location like I planned to be, but that was on purpose. Mr. Dwight, that was on purpose. That's right. That's right. I see you, Rick Kubiak, all the way in Hawaii, the land of Monohoonies. That's right. It was on purpose that I had to sit here. I won't be before you long, guys. You know I'm blowing and going. I'm getting ready. That's right. I'm getting ready to head out. I had to take a detour and a pause for the cause. Why? To drop this message on somebody. That's right, Miss King. You look like you at work, but we got you. I see you. Uh-huh. Fetty Sherman, do not wreck your car, my brother. I'm getting ready to give you this mother load. Do not wreck that car. Insurance would not cover you if you wreck that car, my brother. I'm getting ready to give you the goods. Maria Estrada, I'm glad you locked in because I'm getting ready to give it. I found something out, guys. Al Randolph, I got you, my brother. I see you color coordinated as always. Wrong. I got you. I got you. I'm getting ready to give you guys something fresh off the press based upon me being not only an IBO, but a customer. There is a blessing and a plus for what we do. Get that if you don't get nothing else. There's a blessing and a plus for what we do. What do you mean by that, Sam? I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. So I don't raise my blood pressure. I just had a checkup and it was good. So I'm going to keep it mild tone. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. But I cannot escape the fact, guys, if you're taking notes, the title of my message, I had to flip it now. I had to flip it. Kathleen Williams, I was getting ready to call it one thing, but I'm getting ready to call it something else. The Lost Art. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Freddie Sherman. I don't want you to go in that ditch. Look up, look up, look up. The Lost art. Well, why is he calling it a lost art? Rick Kubiak, I'm calling it a lost art. Miss King, Maria Estrada, Louisa Payon, Destiny International, Al Randolph, Latasha Walker. It's a lost art what we do. Because, guys, it's a lost art because what we do exclusively, everybody can't do. I'm going to let that sit. It's got to sit for a minute. It's got to marinate now. Because what we do, I found out, everybody can't do it. I don't care what you say. I don't care how you look at it, guys. Everybody can't do what we do. But why you say everybody can't do what we do? I'm glad you asked me that question. Everybody can't do what we do, guys, because what we do is now officially called a lost art. And the reason why it's a lost art, guys, is because what we do, the way we provide these services, we're able to eat off both sides of the plate, to make the money side and to save the money side at the same time. It's important that I do that now, to make the money side, to save the money side at the same time. Because somebody got to be, that can use that as a peeking tool. Al Randolph, somebody can use that as a peeking tool because we don't say that. We don't say we're able to do that at the same time. And then if we think about saying it, then we get scared. Now, this is what I found out, guys. I want y'all to walk with me. Because you know I'm always on the go, and I want you guys to get inside my brain for a second. Natasha Walker, I see you driving that car. Don't wreck this car. I'm getting ready to shoot this to you now. Don't wreck that car. We can't pay for that insurance now. That deductible gonna be sky high if you wreck that car. Guys, check this out. I got a new camera installed on my house, Vivid. I'm not just an IBO. I'm also a client. Watch that part. The guys come out to install the new camera. Watch this, guys. Not only do I peep the guy, watch this, but he was fascinated to recognize what we do. He couldn't understand it at first. Watch that part. Not only did I break it down to him in less than 2 minutes, but I also left him with my information. He got mine, I got his, so he can understand that it's an interchangeable thing. But then I found something out, guys. When I got down to the technical aspect of everything, because they had to come back out, and I had to walk them through a situation that they kind of overlooked, but it was on purpose for me because it allowed it to be a teaching tool for me and vice versa for them. What do you mean, Sam? Got that. I was able, guys, to have a conversation with management that put things in perspective from an IBO standpoint. Now, I'm still on peaking, but I'm also on the customer aspect of things, right? Watch this. After I got off the phone, I was able to understand more clearer the position that we sit in as IBOs. Guys, we sit in a position so unique. The co-founders have put us in a position to where not only are we independent business owners, but we're the walking proof in the pudding because we get to partake in the services that we provide and we get to give instant feedback. Instant feedback, right? And then when you're able to get instant feedback, people want to know more about exactly what we do, right? Watch this. Got through talking to management and found out a lot of things about the features of the cameras and this, that, and the other. But I also found something out, guys. I found out that when you're talking to people as an IBO, It doesn't matter who you're talking to. The person that you're talking to, if you've done your homework as an IBO, you're always able to give additional knowledge. Always. I don't care what it is. If you've done your homework as an IBO, I don't care if you go through your back office. I don't care if you listen to these recordings. You're always going to be able to pick up something that's going to be a peeking tool. Is going to push you to the next level of your business, right? Watch this. After talking to management, we found out something about the technical aspect of what we do that a lot of people didn't know about. I was able to pass that information on to management. And I'm waiting on a call back based on me pointing out a situation I never would have been able to point out had I not been an IBO. So what are you saying, Sam? I'm saying this. If you're in this thing for the right reasons, you'll be able to bless somebody and then be a blessing. Because sometimes we often think, oh, we just IBOs and this doesn't count, that doesn't count. It absolutely counts. It absolutely counts, because what y'all don't realize is everything that we provide, we got backup to the backup. We got our own section of Vivid that we can call sort of like IBO services, because we have our division of Vivid that we can call as IBOs. So a lot of people don't recognize that, especially when they brand new. That has to be pushed up front because that increases ownership and the ability to have backdoor access. Watch that part. Watch that part, Harrison Mills. You get backdoor access to something that the general public can't get access to. Fetty Sherman, they can't get access to it, Fetty Sherman. But you got it off the top because you have a line, a direct line to a lot of these providers that everybody don't have. So that way you get to get in the ear of what they're talking about, whether it be in the past, present, or future. And they're going to listen. Watch this part. Gregory Williamson, they're going to listen. Ask me why. Because Gregory Williamson, we provide a lot of the platform that these companies sit on. Gregory Williamson, we produce a lot of production. Watch that part. Watch that part. Somebody gonna get that. Somebody gonna get that. Maria Estrada, we produce a lot of production. And from what they used to tell me back in the day, now it's a lost art. But there's a lot of proof in our pudding. Pastor Bertrand, it's a lot of proof in our pudding now. We got a track record. We do the numbers. And that's how we get paid. But if we don't tell people that as a training tool, they're lost in the dark. They just think, oh, they just doing it, just doing it. No. There's a science to this. And we have our own training material to back us up. That's important, guys. We have our own training material to back us up, right? Then on top of that, we have a comp plan that mirrors and magnifies what we do. And then we made the comp plan, Jesse Harden. We made the comp plan so simple that if you just do this, this is what you get. But I found something out, Jesse Harden. We so cold. We literally so cold to where it may scare the average person, because somebody want to believe it can't be that simple and it can't be that true. But that's why we got tiers to this thing. That's why we got a CQ. If you get qualified, we giving you some money for that. Watch that part. If you get qualified ETL, we giving you some money for that. If you get qualified, you hit RC, we giving you some money for that. And we're giving you some money for every level you hit. On top of that, guys, we're also paying out a bonus plan every month. Not just you hit a level, but we paying out a bonus plan based on your production. And when you hit it, there's not a question if you're going to get it. You're going to get it. And you get paid individually. Watch this part. Rick Kubiak, and collectively. So you got an opportunity to get multiple checks at the same time. All you have to do is do this lost art thing, guys, of call Leela Lynch. I know you finna wreck this call when I say this, but you got to learn to be a student of the game. That's all. I wish it was more than that, but that's all. Once you study the comp plan, once you understand you got power in your hands, all you got to do is activate it. But what you got to do to activate it, Sam, I'm glad somebody asked me that. Watch this here. My shipment just got dropped yesterday. What you got in that? What you got in your bag, Sam? What you got in that lost art bag? What I got? What I got? I got these cards. I got old school for you. I got these business cards. We giving these out like candy, baby. We not gonna wait to trick or treat. We gonna do it right now. Because I found something out, Leela Lynch. I don't care if you 5, I don't care if you're 105. Nothing beats foot traffic. Nothing beats foot traffic. Nothing beats giving somebody something and seeing if it sticks. Let me get out of there. I'm sorry, Mr. Dwight in Alabama. I'm sorry. I can see if it didn't work in Alabama. I'm sorry. I guess it don't work in California. I'm sorry. I guess it don't work in Ohio. I'm calling out these places. I guess it don't work in Hawaii. But if you own this call and you're a part of this team, ACN as a whole, it's working. And it's working in every place in the United States. And it starts with the lost art of not only exposing yourself, but allowing yourself to just casually walk by, guys, and present something as simple as this. As simple as this. This doesn't have to make any noise. This doesn't have to say anything to anybody. You could go in the crowd at a concert, up and down. They're going to do just like this here. What they got? What they got? What they got? Who is this? I'm just saying going on the wild side. But if you just want to settle down and go on the mild side, Ms. Lynch, if you soft and quiet and you meek as a mouse and you don't say nothing to anybody, you walking by your neighbors in the morning, how you doing, mister? How you doing, miss? Oh, I'm doing all right. Say, hey, I thought about you this morning. God bless you. Boo. I thought about you this morning. Boo. What's this? What? Hey, what? Check me out. Call me later. Now, Miss King, I don't know if you know this now, but you're going to get 0% results if you do nothing. You get at least 50% on average if you do something. I don't know. Nothing, something. That's how we do now. Because I understand people that say, well, I don't know. But this don't have to speak a lot. And I get it. I saw in the chat somebody said, well, I do the QR code. I get that. No problem with the QR code. But I'm just old school. I'm just old school, guys. I personally don't, no disrespect to the QR code. I don't like the QR code because number one, I'm not that tech savvy. And number two, I love the upfrontness. I love the upfrontness of somebody seeing a picture of what I do as soon as they put their eyes on it. That's what I love. And I know that when they see it up front, it's going to at least spark their interest because they see it with their eyesight. I like the instant impact. Right? Because it says something about you as a person when it's instant. Now the QR code is fine. Don't beat me. I'm not saying it's not. I just like the old school version. And then I like it because it's an instant conversation piece. And then I get a personal self-esteem by giving it out. What's the worst that can happen? They don't call you, don't get a response. Okay, cool. But what's the best that can happen? I'm gonna get out of that. What's the best that can happen? The best that can happen is not only do you get a call back, you're gonna get a dialogue. At some point, somebody's gonna be able to look at this and say, let me check this out. But when they check it out and they see all the information that's relevant, that's already there. You know what I found out, Jesse Harden? I found out that most of us don't even put in the effort of even extending your hand out to give anybody anything. And we can't afford to do that in today's climate because the way the temperature is today, guys, people are looking for us to be a lifeline, if you will, to their situation. Really, really speaking, they are. And because we got all of this stuff that's essential to everybody, and we got access, instant access from a make the money side and the save the money side, and we don't do anything, we do ourselves a great injustice. We really do. Now, what I didn't tell you guys was that I got management right now on what I told you guys about in the beginning that's having a discussion about something that I proposed. Go figure. You know what I'm saying? That it looks like they didn't think about, that they got to think about. And it was only because I'm an IBO. I had my thought process on. I said, hey, wait a minute. We can do it like this as opposed, and they was like, two different pieces of management now. Now they going back to the table. Now, how is that, guys, as an IBO? Think about that for a minute. And you'll see the difference in a few minutes because they probably gonna really put it out. But I can't say everything right now, but that's the advantage of being an IBO. That's the advantage of not only being a client, but being a business owner and a partnership with a Vivid and all these other services. And the co-founders got it right, guys. They allow us to get paid to partake in that. So what you were paying somebody to do, paying them, you get to partake in it, and you get paid off of the process, and other people get a chance to do the same thing. If we just think about it like that, that's motivation within itself, guys. That's motivation within itself. And if we got access to all these different states throughout the country, well, we got cards that can do the trick. We got a Zoom call that can do the trick. We got emails that can do the trick. We got all these different platforms that can do the trick. So what are we waiting on? That's just a thought. That's just a thought. That's just a thought. I want to go in here. I want to be harsh. I just want to put a thought in the mind of the average person that we're not looking at this the way we should as a lost art. Because if we're looking at it as a lost art, anybody that's been in ACN for a nice amount of time can attest to the way we was doing it as opposed to the way we doing it now with technology. We light years ahead of ourselves. We light years ahead of ourselves. And with all these different products that we currently have and the ones that's getting ready to come out, there's not a company on this planet, I'm just personally saying, that could touch us with a 10-foot pole. There's not a company. And I do a lot of research, guys. There's not a company, I'm going on record to say this with my personal opinion, that can actually touch ACN because of our uniqueness, and we uniquely designed that way for a reason. And people sometimes they may wonder, well, why are you so hype about it? Because our four co-founders so love the company to where they already thought about the things that we would have thought about, and they was already doing some of those same things 32 years ago. So it makes us unique that they never left the company. Greg Williamson, they never left the company. Watch this, they still here. So not only do they get opinions from the average person, but they can see things farther down the line because they've already been there and they've done that, and they still do lost art type stuff, and they're able to reap the benefits, and we are too, from the past, the present, and the future. That's a powerful statement, guys. That's a powerful statement. I know I was all over the place, but I had to be all over the place because I had to get it out. Now, somebody's going to have to go back and replay the message. I get it. But it's going to make sense the more you sit down and you digest it for a second. The way you have to dissect it, then digest it. It's going to have to be that way, guys, because it's one of those type messages. And I didn't want to leave out the door too fast because I would have forgot something, and then I would have been doing too much too fast. The rep just left, so I wanted to make sure I was center mass on this thing. But guys, I'm getting ready to head out this door. I'm getting ready to go out through the highways and the byways. I got my equipment with me. You know I got my equipment with me. I'm ready to go out and do this thing. Why? Because for the next week, I want everybody on this call to be thinking, not only is my company unique, but we do a thing called the lost art. With that said, Mr. Harrison Mills, this has been my time. I'm sorry.